Hi everybody, it's James here from the Anvil. Hope you're all doing really well. I was going to record the aftermath for the Manchester City game straight after the game, but I had to go out straight after. I had lots going on Sunday after the game, and then I had to work in the afternoon. I've only just got in from work actually. I've gotten back, half an hour ago at the time of recording, and I'm recording this now late at night. So, it has finished. Manchester City 2, West Ham United 1 at the Etihad. In a game where I've struggled to find the words to describe it because I don't really know what to say about West Ham. I don't know where to say they were crap. I don't know where to say that they were unlucky. I have to sit on the fence on that one a bit and say, look, Manchester City is a class team with class players, like I said in my preview. But at the same time, West Ham didn't really offer anything going forward, which was a little bit worrying as well. And what actually got me, I thought this game was similar to the Wolves game. Not in the sense that we lost them both, but we looked timid again. We looked very, for lack of a better word, we looked a bit scared. City, we didn't really want to go forward with the ball. We didn't have that belief in us in the game. We didn't have that, I wouldn't say confidence, but we didn't have that, shall we say, we didn't have that faith in ourselves that we could go and do it. We could go and get the win. And that was another big thing as well. We just looked very scared of City. We tried to overdo it against them as well. We tried to play one-touch football and quick passing football. It doesn't work. I mean, we could have said, oh yeah, we beat them in the League Cup, but, you know, the league's a different kettle of fish. And things were a lot different in this game, obviously. So I'm going to start off, before I waffle on too much, I'm going to talk about the starting lineup. So it was David Moyes' decision to play 5 at the back, which was okay. We played that in the League Cup game. There was no issues with that. Masuaku was in at wing-back, and he was playing wing-back a few times last season and looked really good on the ball, helping out Cresswell. But at the same time, it prevented Cresswell from going forward a lot. You couldn't really afford to do that against City because Cresswell had to focus on defending more. Masuaku could alleviate that responsibility. West Ham had a pretty bright start, I would say. Antonio Benrahma looked a bit lively. Kyle Walker hit a shot wide as well. Masuaku actually pressed a lot, had some pace on him. He was actually impressing me quite early on, did Masuaku. But I just had a sneaking suspicion that City would probably get into this somehow through West Ham. West Ham made a bit of a blunder. Mahrez went and fired the ball into the net. The flag went up. But it was little. You know, when you're playing that well against a team and you just think, oh, something's going to happen, something's going to slip here, and things are going to go to pieces from here. I thought that was going to be it. In all honesty, both teams, like I say, were good going forward. City just had that extra bit of quality going forward. As well, they had the better threat than West Ham. West Ham, like I say, lacked that extra belief, lacked that extra confidence. I'm not sure why at all. City ended up taking the lead, rather. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. It was by Gundogan, just a quick tap in. People were then very quick to get on Fabianski's back for this. And this was a thing as well in the game. People were quick to slag off Fabianski. I was one of those people during the game, I'm not going to lie, but I took a step back after the game and thought, well, maybe it's not his fault. It's not just Fabianski's fault in this. You know, but everyone looked at in that box from West Ham. All the defence looked a bit confused and awkward. Looked very like didn't know what they were doing when that ball was coming to the box. And Gundogan was kind of left unmarked to tap it in from close range. It's 1-0 to City and they weren't done there as well. Gabriel Jesus went one-on-one. Ball went through Fabianski's legs, and having looked at the replays, it turned out Ben Johnson had the goal line clearance. Johnson made his debut against Man City in February 2019. Everyone's talking about how he pocketed Aguero. He came up with a very big interception there. And he seems to love playing against City, actually, at Etihad, because he's balled there. Last few times he's done it. Another thing that I can't use this as an excuse, but the weather wasn't helping. The fact it was snowing really heavily. The groundskeepers had to do a really good job of shoveling the snow at half-time, and they did a really good job of that. The game could have easily been postponed because Burnley's was, and that's not far away from Manchester. So they did a really good job. Kudos to them for making sure that the game could still go ahead. Wasn't really a bad half by West Ham in the first half, but that goal was a blow. You couldn't really see the ball, and I was thinking, is the classic orange ball going to come back in this? Because all the snow was coming down. It was literally winter wonderland out there. But like I say, not the worst half from West Ham. Our fans are quick to overreact at things like this. But I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to jump the gun and things like this either. Second half, really. Benrahma took a knock and limped for a bit. Fabiański made some rash decisions as well. And this is when I started to criticise Fabiański. It wasn't critical of the goal, it was critical of some of his decision-making. He came out and nearly ended up conceding. I think the player that was trying to get on the end of the ball was Bernardo Silva. Cresswell ended up having to clear the ball away, but he got hurt in the process. He smacked his body against the post and was in a lot of discomfort. Thankfully, though, David Moyes was going to make some substitutions to try and mix this up. Benrahma came off for Manuel Lanzini, and Sofal had to come on for Cresswell. Sofal playing on the left, it's not his natural position, but, you know, that's what he can do, though. Sofal can play as a fullback, just not on the left, really. Great player, though, still. Jarrod Bowen then came on for Masuaku, and I don't know why. Honestly, I do not know why Bowen was seriously dropped for this. Because he would have probably been a difference maker. And Fornals then went on the left because of that to help out a bit. So Moyes was changing his formation up and changing some of his players' roles up a little bit. I wouldn't say West Ham really had anything to offer at that point either. I mean, what actually got me was the fact that Tomáš Souček was playing more like a striker. He was going up top more. And Rice was our major attacking threat, and he's meant to be a defensive midfielder. I mean, come on, what does that say? You know, that was what worried me. The fact that Declan Rice was our biggest attacking threat. And we've got an example of that. He made a great run, trying to get the ball into the box. And when it went out, he lashed out and threw some snow on the ground. He was just getting very pissed off. It wasn't one of his best games, let's be honest. It wasn't one of his best days in the office either. But when he ran like that and not come away with the chance being created, obviously he was going to be a bit pissed off about it. 2-0 to Manchester City came through substitute Fernandinho. He just rounded it off, firing into the bottom left corner. Fabiański didn't even move for the goal. And people are going to still slag him off, saying that he should have done better with the goals. I'm not really going to blame the goalkeeper for this. It wasn't his fault. It was a real team effort. I don't think it was anyone's fault individually, for that matter. It certainly wasn't Fabianski's. Could he have done better? Yeah, he probably could have at least attempted to save it, but it wasn't his fault that it went in. Best came to last, though. Weirdly enough, the best did come to last. Lanzini, what a hit for 2-1. Great little touches on the ball. Touch it in the air, flick it, fire it onto the post and in. That was the little bright light on a dim day up north. And it finished 2-1 to Manchester City despite that. And I mean, look, like I say earlier, it was like the Wolves game in the sense West Ham did look a bit scared and we were outclassed yet again, I think. As for Manuel Lanzini, I really want him to be starting against Brighton. He has done enough to earn that starting place. Every single time he's come off the bench for us, he's been a game changer. This holding midfielder role, he loves it. He admits he likes it. He admits he's more comfortable in the holding midfield role than he is as an attacking midfielder or a winger. Probably means that Fornals is now going to come out of the team because Fornals hasn't been at his best in the last few games. That has been documented. Lanzini's control of the ball and good dribbling help him and help the midfield. Not only that, he scored a goal as well. Moyes is going to have to make some brave decisions about some of these players, and if it means dropping them and rotating the squad, then so be it. I said this after the Brentford game when we lost 2-1, we've got to start rotating the squad more. Because now we're a few games into the season, we're getting well in there, teams are going to start sussing us out more and start thinking, oh, West Ham are playing the strongest 11. It's a great 11, but it's the same 11. We haven't got the kind of rotation. I don't want us to have the kind of depth that Man City have or, say, someone like Chelsea have. I just want us to have some players who can be rotated and can make differences in games when need be. What was worrying for me, actually, was the fact that Souček and Rice went forward a lot more than the attackers. Souček was actually playing on a line with Antonio. I mean, Souček was actually getting in the box a lot more, trying to get the ball. I don't know where anybody else was helping him. Alex Král probably could argue that he's pushing for a starting spot in the Premier League, because what's he done to be dropped as well? But like I say, Lanzini is the one for me. He's got to be starting next game. Has to be. If he's not on the team sheet against Brighton, there's something seriously wrong. Because Fornals had his goal against Liverpool, and against Liverpool we outclassed them. We couldn't outclass City. It was different. It was different there. We couldn't outclass City, even if it was our best effort. So overall, I'm not upset about losing back-to-back Premier League games. I mean, it is worrying, but we are still fourth in the Premier League table. But not only that, I would have liked West Ham to be a bit more threatening. At the same time, though, you know, it is Man City and they do outclass a lot of teams. So, yeah, I don't think I can complain too much about that. But, you know, it is what it is. We move on to Brighton, which is a game we have to win. Because after Brighton, we got Chelsea. So there's a lot of pressure on the game for Wednesday. And I'm hoping West Ham can come out with something good. Especially because Brighton really is now our bogey team. We haven't beaten them in a while. We need to get a result there. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all soon.